This time yesterday I was working on a video about 5 things that beginners do that hold their photography back. At least 5 things that I did when I was a beginner and to some extent still do sometimes. But in the end it was too long and it seemed pretty boring and kind of like I was making it too complicated. And when I stopped and looked back at it, I realised that all those 5 things can be summed up into one thing. And that was basically just don't spend a ton of money on a whole bunch of expensive gear. Now, everything on this table is not even all the gear that I own. I have 2 other tripods that hold these lights in the car. There's 2 large Canon 5D series bodies that are at Canon just now getting serviced, and a bunch of little accessories just like scattered around different drawers and stuff that I never use. Now, all the Canon stuff that I've got, I very rarely use outside of wedding work, and that's fine. I have it because it makes me money essentially. All these other things, these accessories here, I use this strap, but these accessories I never use. I use the tripod only if I'm going hiking and I know I'm doing landscape photography, or to put a camera on when I put a normal camera. This is the GoPro, but I use this when I'm putting the Fuji or the Canon camera on the table to talk to. Fuji lens, I use this one when I go hiking, don't use it otherwise. I use this one for videos, don't really use it otherwise. I have a Canon film camera that was pretty cheap and I bought it recently because I wanted to try film again. I haven't used this 50mm in months, so I'm going to use it with the film camera. A couple little point and shoot cameras that I don't really use. Another old film camera that I think I've put 1 roll of film through. Probably 90%, 95% of the time that I shoot outside of work, I use this camera and this 35mm, 50mm equivalent lens. This and this strap. And if I could have nothing else, this is all I would really wish to have. The reason why acquiring all of these kind of things holds your photography back is that it complicates what you're doing. It gives you too much choice. You feel like you need to carry more things with you all the time, when really, if you're starting out, just have a camera, have the kit lens, 18 to 55mm or 24 to 70 if it's full frame, and learn with that. Once you know how to use that, buy whatever other lens fits your type of photography. For me, it's probably a 50mm or an 85mm equivalent prime, and I'm happy with just that. By all means, buy some editing software, but don't get too heavily into like crazy edits with it at first. Learn how it all works, and if it suits your type of photography, then go with more crazy edits. Otherwise, a fairly light touch in editing usually works out better for me. Now, at the end of the day, none of this stuff that I bought made me a better photographer than I was before. The only thing that made me a better photographer was practice. After buying all these thousands of dollars of stuff for weddings, I ended up buying a small, cheaper camera to photograph with every day. And in doing that, I gave myself a tool that I was willing to take pictures with all the time and carry with me more regularly, and that at the end of the day made me a better photographer. So as a bit of a challenge to myself and to anybody who wants to do this while we're all still cooped up indoors, I'm going to use just this 35mm lens, maybe the kit lens if I feel I'm struggling a bit, probably just this, no, right, I'm sticking with this 35mm lens. And I'm going to challenge myself to make black and white pictures around the house and only shoot these in JPEG. I'll shoot RAW as a backup just in case. So if you get interesting light coming in your bedroom in the morning, you could photograph that. You can photograph your morning coffee, the light on someone's face as they're sitting in the window in your apartment. Like this weird light that's hitting my face now. Photograph your pet. I took a picture of my dog in last week's video and it turned out pretty cool. Photograph whatever you can. Make abstract pictures, still life. Yeah, so that I guess is my challenge to you and to me for the rest of this time that we are here. I'll throw up on the screen any photos that I've made so far over the last few days as a kind of idea slideshow to get you some inspiration and to get you started and see what else you can come up with. If you like my videos, don't worry about subscribing or anything. Go and check this playlist up here and check out some of the other videos I've got. I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks very much for watching. Stay safe, wash your hands, don't go out too much. Don't buy all the toilet paper at the store, just buy your normal amount. It's weird. All right, cheers.